Hallo allemaal.
Hallo,
Hi Adinda.
hoe gaat het?
Hello everyone. Good and you?
Goed, dank je.
Oh Monica, nice to see you here as well.
Hallo.
Hi Marissa. Karen, hello. Hi. Listen, everybody. Monica is a very special lady. She has been guiding me in astrology for 10 years, I think 12 years now. And I always refer my clients to her. So it's so nice to have Monica here tonight as well. Okay. I think we are still waiting. Hello, Tracy.
Hello.
We are still waiting for a couple of people. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thank you.
So excited to have everybody here. Hi, Monica. There we can see
Hi there.
you.
Thank you for the nice words. I forgot how to make myself visible, but here I am.
You're such a special lady. This lady spent 3 days in jail because of her mushroom retreat that she offers. Hi, Monica. And then you were already over 70. Hi.
Well, I've been arrested twice. So both times were 3 or 4 days. So what's
Wow.
nice is that we've got a court case on now with the Constitutional Court. We're actually taking the government to court, or the legal team are, to have the law changed around mushrooms, because it's the government is committing a crime in that they are working against their own constitution and human rights. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I support you.
There's Aileen as well. Okay. So let's just quickly catch up after last week. How did you guys find last week's episode?
Brilliant.
I want to say.
Brilliant.
How was your
Brilliant.
week after that? Okay.
Mine was excellent.
I don't know if you guys can feel the energetic shifts we are going through. I'm there, Sadine. I think we are everybody. We're all here now. Sharik is also here. Awesome. Sharik is also a very special lady. All of you here are special ladies in your own right. Sharik, she makes the most beautiful documentaries to help and assist the African elephant. She goes into deep, dark Africa with all kinds of people that we'll never meet in our lives. And she does what she has to do, which I think is so amazing. I honor her for that part.
Thanks, Belinda.
Asia. And I was just thinking before we started now today, in wintertime, 7 o'clock feels so late because it's already dark for so long. So luckily I haven't been asleep yet. But, you know, all of you guys that show up for this, it really says something. It's all about committing to ourselves and being guided and learning. And I'm learning with you guys as they share all of this new information with me. It is phenomenal to me to also receive the wisdom and the teachings. And I can feel in my energy field how I am expanding. And all of a sudden, I think I am ready to receive certain information about my soul that I've never realized before, going way back to some of my first incarnations. And I think all of you guys that are here with me, we share that similarity, and we are ready to receive these teachings because we can't stay in a world of suffering anymore. We're all here to be the difference, to be the example of change, and to create that change by being who we are and how we act. And all of you that's been showing up for Thursday evenings for a while now will know that it has all been about this. And this evening as well, a lady stopped after work to collect one of my books, my Naked Soul book. And I actually realized this book was already the start of those teachings. And I didn't realize it then when I was writing the book, but it's all about purifying ourselves and bringing in joy and peace and letting go of fear and the belief in suffering. So I'm excited that the angels have chosen to teach through me and that they are showing up in such a new way. So one of my clients has been asking about the Akashic records, because you get people, healers and so on, that advertise that they can access your Akashic records. So one of my clients was asking about that, and I had to reply to her, but the angels already told you all of that. So, but I thought it would be interesting to convey this information. And as we are going into this new level, this new frequency, we are receiving so much more information about ourselves, our past lifetimes, future lifetimes, and everything that we are creating on earth right now. And all of that is part of it. So I'm just going to light my beautiful dragon candle again. Create a beautiful space. You can also light your candle if you want to. And some of the information that Archangel Gabriel already shared with me today. Now remember, Gabriel, although they don't necessarily want to be known by the roles given to them by humans, because we put everything in boxes and we say every angel has a certain function, they certainly don't see it that way. They show up for different reasons in different ways to different people at different times. But Gabriel is known as the messenger. He's known as the one that comes to bring the divine message. And so I think it's very special that he shows up today. I've seen the last couple of years that Gabriel really shows up to help us with emotional healing and trauma from the past and trauma from our families, our childhood. What's the word? Yes. And this is why this year we are closing the book on the past, like I keep saying. So we are moving beyond those roles that we are somebody's child, somebody's father, somebody's mother, somebody's wife or husband. We are creating the space where we are just souls on earth. Okay, but I'm running away with this. So the information I did get this afternoon is that Akashic records comes from the word Akasha, which means sky in Hindi. But in Sanskrit, it means ether. And we all know that ether is like a spiritual space. The ether is the element that is between everything. So that is sort of where spirit dwells. Okay, so that's another dimension. Okay, so the whole thing about Akasha started with a person, Lady Helena Blavatsky in the 1800s started with the idea of that the Akasha contains all this information of our past lives and future lives. And it's actually so obvious. We live it every day. We know that those energies exist all around us. And we also know that time isn't really a line. So everything is happening all at once, but the mind can't really understand that. But so all information is available to us all the time. It depends whether you tune into that information, access it or not. So she started describing it as the Akashic records, and that somehow caught on and blew up. And everybody is using that today, that they can access the Akashic records, which actually we all can. The better you understand yourself, the deeper you go into your beingness, the more you will understand that. Okay. It's also called the Hall of Records or the Mind of God, an energetic imprint of all your lives, all your thoughts, all your actions. So the thing is, we get so caught up in this world that we struggle to believe that we can access those things. But what Archangel Gabriel explained to me, that it's all about purifying yourself. The more you purify yourself, the higher your vibration, and the more you are able to access all of that. And this is the path that I've been on since actually I met Monica at the age of 40. And some of the things that Monica explained to me about my birth chart actually put me on this road of discovering this inner peace and joy. And it was a choice I made, just a simple choice, that I wanted joy in my life, that I wanted peace, and that it's up to me, that nobody else can give it to me, only me. And through that came years of purification. And I actually went through 7 years of dark night of the soul. And that's why I wrote the book, My Naked Soul, because it contains not even everything, but most of the things that the angels taught me about how to manage to get through those 7 years and how to cleanse myself like layers of an onion, as Shrek would say, that you remove one by one to get to the center. Okay. But for now, I'm going to allow Archangel Gabriel to come through and to give his message and channeling. And like last week, I'm going to allow you guys to ask him something that's relevant to the topic of tonight. And let's see what happens. Okay. So you can all just take a deep breath with me as I send and allow energy to shift. Dearest children of the sun, we are rejoicing because you are willing to open up, to listen, to receive. Because you are showing up and realizing that you deserve to be a channel of love on earth. That you are making that choice every day. And we know it is difficult from an earthly perspective, where you need to survive, where you experience illness and difficulty. We celebrate your bravery. We celebrate that you're ready to hear. And this is why today, when I was asked to speak about this topic, I wanted to assure you that people make everything difficult. by giving it a name. People label something and they put ownership on it. They try to make it intense so that others believe that they cannot have access. But where the Akasha stores all of the energy, the ethers, the spirit world, stores all of the aspects of you that have ever lived and ever will live. It stores all of your actions, all of your thoughts that creates your karma, that creates what you rise up to or fall into in your next life. And nobody can heal you from that. Nobody can say that they can cleanse your karma or change your records. But what can happen is that people can support you in the healing. There are divine healers that are able to change your thought patterns, inspirers. And all of you sitting here today represents one of those, where you allow the fabrics of life to change, to shift into something of beauty. Let all of the hurt and pain of the past fall away, that you outgrow it within yourself. And all of your past records are sacred, because although there are many mistakes and many flaws and many situations that you felt disempowered in, all of those brought you to this time, to this space, to embody your full potential on earth. And this is why you are here tonight, to hear this, because you are ready. And we are willing to guide you. And you are able to change the fabric of time. You are able to take what was and to, from that, create something beautiful. And this is why we are guiding you on this path of purification. Because the more you purify your physical body, your emotions, your mental state, your spiritual connection, the easier it becomes to live and create in joy, in love, and in peace. And when you look back at all the wisdom teachings that has ever been taught, before they became polluted, they were all based on pure love energy. They were all calling you to be the authentic self. They were all guiding you to speak love, to act in love, to think in love, to be love. And from here on, that energy will increase, and we will be guiding you more and more in that. And through this channel, through which I'm speaking right now, a lot of our wisdom and teachings will be downloaded and will be available to you. The only thing we request of you is the choice, that you make the decision that you want to do this for you.
Okay.
And thus your records aren't sealed. Your fate isn't sealed. It is a beautiful flower opening. And all the lifetimes past brought you to this beautiful place where you are ready to bloom, where you are ready to be visible and to be a shining light, to change this dimension, to change your physical DNA so that the new earth can be born. Does anybody have a question? Jackie?
Evening, Archangel Gabriel. It's a privilege and honor to speak to you. How do I fulfill my divine path to reach enlightenment, and will it be in this lifetime?
Okay. We honor your dedication. Sometimes we find it funny how you run towards it. We ask of you to sit back and allow, do not hurry towards that which you think needs to be the outcome, but to allow the outcome to come to you. Lots of souls get lost in the doing, wanting to know the recipe, wanting to be free of the earthly incarnation. But it's an honor to become enlightened and to choose to return to help others. And so for you, dear soul, it is not about the doing. It is about being in line with time, enjoying every moment that you have within this space, and to allow yourself the teachings that you love. You love the chanting. You love the meditation. Simply do that and let that energy field expand unto earth. And do not worry about what needs to be or what needs to be the outcome. Because it's not about the individual outcome. It's about how you come together to weave the web of light. And you are still a part of that web. And no one should outrun the other. But it's about joining hands and assisting each other to reach it together.
Namaste. Namaste to both of you.
Anybody else?
Archangel Gabriel, you spoke about unlocking our Akashic records. How do we go about it?
You will remember that we have been hinting on this for years, and that your bodies have been showing you the way, that the way is in purification. And it has been like this for all ages. Those who sought to become pure, become enlightened, has shown you the way. And we are sharing those teachings through this vessel called Belinda. But the way is simply honor your thoughts, Honor Mother Earth. Honor your actions. Honor your connection to Spirit. Do not put anything in your mouth that is not in line with the love of the Mother. Do no harm. All great wisdom teachings tell you that. Do no harm. But humanity's ego resists. It wants to eat what it wants to eat. It wants to think and act what it wants to do. But what you do not see is that that is the way of the world, not the way of Spirit. The way of Spirit is where you yourself have so much joy that you won't need to act in selfishness or in ego. Be aware, allow your eyes to open, allow your ears to listen to Mother Earth. Allow the divine feminine to be present within you, so that nurturing and nourishment for all beings flows from you like a fountain. And you that are the fountain will know the ultimate love and will need nothing else. Anybody else?
Yes, please. Archangel Gabriel, so, just so in awe of all of this, and just wonderful to be here. I'd like to know if I experienced past life as a healer and how I can reclaim my healing gifts, or what issues.
Say again. Or what if? Okay.
Yeah, I think she's frozen.
Okay, but can I ask?
Okay, Tracy will return to you when you are back. Are you back?
Am I back?
Just a moment, Sadine. Let me just do Tracy's
Okay.
first.
Good.
You wanted to say,
Um,
Tracy?
I'm asking if I experienced a past life or past lives as a healer, and how to reclaim my healing gifts, or is there past life karma or issues that must be cleared for me to evolve spiritually?
Okay, let's see. Dearest child, you have nothing left that's unclaimed. The only thing that holds you back is fear and doubt. People's minds hold themselves back because they think that karma holds them back, or they think that things like curses or all these unexplained things holds them back. But they are simply excuses not to step into who you truly are. So we say to you today, you are that already. You are that. And again, our guidance simply is purify. Cleanse your mind from negativity. Allow your emotions to flow and heal, and especially allow support. Believe in love. Don't believe in loneliness. Allow yourself to be loved and to be loved. You have always been a healer in all of your lives, in many different ways. Your soul is a healer soul. and nothing can hold it back except your mind that doubts. Dean?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Belinda, whenever the question pops up, and then because, you know, souls we know the answers, then the answer pop up as well. So I asked Archangel Gabriel that he must guide me to the question that I can ask. And he said, I must just ask you, and then just for the message. I don't have to ask the question because I don't know what the question is, but you will have the answer.
Okay. All right, let's see. Everybody has the same question. Everybody wants to know when. When will this happen? When can I fully move into that potential where I become the light being on earth, where I portray my soul purpose and fulfill my life path? But all of these things are earthly terms. All of these things are set upon your path by years, hundreds and hundreds of years of getting lost. And the answer is so simple. The answer is in nothingness. That nothing is more important than just being. Nothing needs to be found or achieved or gained. Nothing has to be stripped away. It's about returning to that center of purity. Understand that your soul is always connected to your higher self, which is connected to the web. Here you access all answers, but you get lost in the questions because you ask earthly questions. So when you strengthen your connection to spirit, when you redefine what you believe in beyond that which you were taught, when you allow the mind to detach from that which reality teaches you to think every day, when you allow your emotions to be of joy and laughter, singing and dancing, when you allow the body to be free of every harmful substance, that is where you release all earthly attachment, and that is where you will understand.
Thank you. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for that beautiful message.
Anybody else? Don't be shy.
Belinda, there is something. I've been sitting still, but stock stay still. Okay. And my camera moved like this. Who is there? Because I didn't move. I was sitting like this because I was trying to absorb everything. And I'm watching myself talking to you, and the thing moved like this. That's actually quite spooky.
Jackie, I'm too connected to Gabriel now to focus on any other energy right now.
No,
I'll look
but
into it later.
oh, okay, I'll ask him a question. a couple of years ago, in my REM sleep, 3 to 4 sleep or whatever, there was this man standing in front of me, as real as I'm looking at you, tall, but tanned looking, and his name was Gabriel. Now, I talk to him every night with the other three, with Michael, Raphael, and Uriel. I say good night to them and everything. And it has been bothering me who this Gabriel is. Because I know no one who's Gabriel. I know no one who's Gabriel except the Archangel.
So why do you doubt?
Because I don't know anybody who's Gabriel. And I didn't know that an angel is supposed to look like just like one of us.
I'm very glad you asked that question.
Thank you.
As we said, people need pictures. They need the Akashic record to look like a library. Those who pretend to know it all tell people that there's book and they have to find the book of their life. Some people proclaim that in heaven, in the spiritual realms, there's schools and buildings. That's a mind thing. We understand that your mind needs a picture. We understand that you need something to connect to, that the mind can understand so that the body can interpret that into itself. But we have no physical form. Nothing in spirit has physical form, but we appear to you in a way that makes sense to you at that moment, or in a way that you have to sit still and listen.
Namaste. Thank you.
I once asked Archangel Michael to show me what he really looked like. And he said I wouldn't be able to deal with it. So I think, the way that they show themselves are really just ways for us to be able to connect to something. And we don't even know where the whole winged thing comes from. But, it's just that perception of that they are from another realm. They are able to move fast and between people and between realms. So, I often get, especially men that say, oh, I hope my angel is very beautiful and sexy. I'm like, if only you knew. But anyway, any more questions? I see there's a question coming.
Kan ek maar vra?
Ja, kom maar vra,
Karen
Linda.
wil eers gegaan het dalk nie.
Nee, gaan jy, dis okay.
Okay. Ek dink ek is regtig besig met emotional healing. Ek het wou al lank al vra, maar ek is te emotional, so ek het dit gelos. So ek wil net eers vir Gabriel sê baie dankie dat hy in die begin gesê het, dit is vir ons net so moeilik. En hy sien dit dat ons braaf is.
The moment, does everybody understand Afrikaans?
Oh, sorry guys. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to say I'm very emotional. Sorry, guys. I don't know. This is really affecting me. I think I'm busy with emotional healing at the moment. It's been a rough 2 weeks for me, actually. So I just wanted to thank Archangel Gabriel for saying in the beginning that he feels us and he sees that we're struggling and they are there for us. So first of all, thank you for that. With all the stuff in the lives they're going through, I wanted to ask, the generational karma. Does it always come down to, say, for instance, one person in the family? Is it always that one light worker, per se, person to heal the generational karma? If there is something like that, was he sort of answered the question for me previously with the karma, but I'm not 100% sure. And then with all the struggles that I've gone through and the learnings and all the stuff. I'm constantly learning and reinventing myself per se, and just carrying on and expanding. But I feel like I've sort of lost a lot of myself from what I can remember from back. So if he can maybe just give me an answer again about what my basic soul nature is again, because I think I've lost touch with that, or I'm not 100% sure anymore.
Okay. Give me a moment. My dear soul, you are not lost. Life is like a whirlpool. And the only way that anything can make sense is when you realize that you can stand still in the center and not be affected by it. I'm glad you asked this question, because a lot of people get lost in the idea that their spiritual growth should be difficult, that it should be work. And that's not what we want you to believe. It's not all upon you to heal something. We understand what you say about generational karma, although it's also just words that people thought of. How we see it is that the generations before you concluded something on a lower vibration. And you were part of those generations in past lifetimes. So you helped with these steps. And every person before you, every generation before you, lived on a certain vibration in order to finish it. And so they created this platform for you, this foundation on which you can build what you came to build. It's not about taking it over from them and healing it. It's already done. It's about thanking them and celebrating their lives and what they taught you, so that you can be the difference, so that you don't have to live on that vibration, but can create something beyond that. You take it too seriously. When you look at something as a problem, it will always be a problem. So instead, look at it differently. Look at it as a gift and celebrate that gift, and celebrate your soul for being ready to show up, to be the one that takes over to create the change, because it's beautiful. Pardon?
Yeah. I have a very similar question. So I'll just continue on what she's just asked. I've always had people come to me, ask me questions, stop me randomly, and then just chat and then just dump their whole life on me. But for the past few years, going through a lot of emotional things, going through a lot of healing, going through a lot of physical obstacles. So it feels like she said that I've lost 3/4 of who I used to be. So then I feel confused. So I actually don't know who I am. So who am I? And am I capable to help these people that come to me for help? Because I am so confused myself that I don't even know if I am able to help them. So that's my question, if that's a question.
Okay. Let's see. We want you to understand that these people show up because you are ready. These people show up to give you the platform to be what you want to be. But they are also giving you a choice to choose what you can offer and what you cannot offer. This, dear child, is part of what you came to do. To not give too much, to be the support, but not the Christ. You are not the Savior. And these people are also teaching you because they are guiding you in your own healing. And we say, celebrate those things that you say you've lost. Celebrate who you are not anymore. And put all energy in discovering who you are now. Because so much of who you are not has been released. And although you may feel undefined right now, everything is showing up to help you, guide you in coming to this realization. And it will constantly change. But for now, you are exactly who you need to be.
Okay.
Want to take the time? Okay. So we've still got a couple of minutes, but if anybody else wants to ask a question before we go into the meditation.
Okay, can I ask another question? If there's not anybody who haven't asked a question yet that wants to go and take the
Let's just see
opportunity.
first if somebody else wants to. Who's behind the iPad? I just see the iPad.
It's
I
Jeanette.
see you. Hi, Jeanette.
Hello, sorry, I joined a bit late.
No, it's fine. But I feel that you've got a question.
I also feel like I do, but I don't know what the question is. So maybe Gabriel can tell me what my question is, or give me an answer to my question that he knows I'm asking.
Okay, so let's answer that and then Sadine's question, and then we can do the meditation. Is that a doggy next to you, Karen? I love it when the animals show up. Okay, Tonette, let's see. We just want to tell you, dry your tears. The world will tell you you are lost, but it is because you compare yourself to others, and they are actually lost. There are people that drown in superficiality. There are people who drown in the earthly pleasures, racing against time, trying to accomplish. And then you feel a failure because you are different. But we say to you, you are not a failure. You need to be the opposite of that. You need to be unique. And everything that you feel that is making you sad is part of your process of letting go of what is holding you back. market sentiment. I think we are all feeling that right now. There's a sadness. And I think we think it's a sadness for who we've been or something like that. And I think it's because we can feel the book on the past closing. There's so many things of the past doesn't make sense anymore. So many people are dying and moving over into the spiritual world. So our lives are changing. And of course we mourn. We have to, because that's a part of also celebrating what was and what we have achieved. So allow the sadness to be there. Feel that feeling of sadness so that you can work through it and transcend that and find the joy in what is. I think all of you know that my mother passed away. It's now almost 2 months ago. But it's like her passing was such a great gift to me. And I feel this is part of this process that we are busy with, where we can celebrate what they have given us and taught us, even if it wasn't all nice and beautiful. But in things changing and shifting and people ending their lives and new lives beginning, our own new lives are beginning. And we need to feel a sadness to be able to detox from what was and to purify ourselves, to allow ourselves the emptiness of allowing the new to come in, although we don't know what it will be. And actually to become excited about whatever it is, although we can't know, or we don't want to be attached to thinking what it needs to be. Sadine, what did you want to ask?
Okay, so I wanted to ask, so my whole life, even though it's not what I really wanted to study at first, my whole life direction was just not forced, it just flow in the direction of children. And now, after so many years, I don't really, I don't really want to be in this anymore. So I wanted to know if, like now, it's neglected, abandoned, and abused children. This is the job that I've been in the longest. And I wanted to know if there was some past karma with regards to children that I have to complete or that I am completing. I feel I'm near closing that cycle. So that is the question.
Your question is very similar to a previous one. You get stuck in the work. You get stuck in the idea of something that you have to complete to move on. But there's nothing to complete. There's no karma with anybody that you have to complete. These children are showing up to help you heal. And as soon as they have helped you to heal, the whole situation will shift. This is busy happening, but it's not something that we need to feel that we need to conclude. And so our answer again is return inside. Heal the child in you. Heal all the lifetimes where you suffered abuse. And by heal, we mean acknowledge it. Say, wow, I've done all of that. I've lived that. I've been that. And that is why I can understand and support that. And then you will move beyond onto a new level of you. feels like our minds need to get unstuck
Thank
on
you.
a lot of the teaching.
I couldn't
Precious.
find the mic. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's. I think I must move because in this lifetime, my childhood was quite happy, and yeah. But thank you.
But again, we need to move beyond the concepts. We need to move beyond this inner child thing. It goes deeper than that. Move beyond the term and the topic and the way that it has been brought to us to heal that. This is something you're here to find on your own, going into a new level with this understanding. So throw out everything that you know about inner child healing or abused child healing, and just go into the self and attain that wisdom. Okay. So if everybody's ready, one more chance for a question. Oh, that's a beautiful kitty, Marissa. Okay.
So can I ask a quick one?
Yes.
I guess it's more a generic question, it's not anything personal, although, I mean, I suppose it applies to everyone. I guess just really a similar question to what I asked Archangel Michael. What is the best way that we can work to heal the planet? And I mean, what are the things apart from healing ourselves, which obviously is where we start? What is the best thing we can do to for service to the planet?
Okay, good question. Again, we want to say that it is very simple. You are the planet. You are a manifestation of the state of the planet. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the habit you have, it all resembles what is happening on the planet. And that is why we keep bringing you back to purification. Be the example. Do no harm. People don't take us seriously when we say, do not eat of the flesh. But that is direct harm to the planet. Protect the plants, protect the trees, honor them, listen to them. Let Mother Nature guide you, merge with her, become one with her, and simply live that example. That is all there is to it. We understand that you want to be doing. And of course, there's practices to help. But first, heal yourself. Think of yourself as Mother Earth, as the planet. And do not do to your own body what you're trying to save the planet. It is interesting always to me how people go so much into the ego when it comes to eating meat. I think especially the Afrikaners, well, maybe not especially, but, and if you go through all the wisdom traditions, back to the Gnostics, back to the Sumerians, back to the Essenes, back to the Tibetan teachings, none of them ate animals. None of them. But we have excuses and we have ego and we say, oh, but our bodies need it. This is why we are purifying our DNA. This is why we are clarifying our vessel. We cannot ask ourselves, why can't I live my full potential as a healer if you don't allow your vessel to be able to contain that energy? And it's actually so simple that no healer energy or inspirational energy or wisdom energy can be housed in a vessel that's in direct contrast, whose actions and thoughts are in direct contrast what the soul wants to live and be and portray through the vessel. And I think for a long time on earth, we've had these things separate. It's like religion. We went to work, this is my work life, this is my religious life, and this is my personal life. But we are the being that's present in all of that. And all of that is integral. And you want to portray that truth and love in everything you do. And this is why it is important that that radiates from you. In some of our first Thursday night evenings, we spoke about the energetic body and our magnetic field and how to charge it. And all the time, it just comes back to these simple steps. Cleanse the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. That's all there is to it. And it's a daily practice. So we have to take that responsibility if we want to be that on earth. What is so beautiful to me is, I think it was Wayne Dyer that said, you know, when Jesus got squeezed, all that came out was love. It's like an orange. When you squeeze an orange, all that comes out is orange juice. So what will come out when you're squeezed? And that, to me, that motivates me. That makes me be aware of how I react when something pushes against me. And that's a daily process. It's just a daily choice to change our basic habits and reactions. Okay, I think let's do the meditation. For the people that are new, I basically don't prepare a meditation before, I just channel it. So you can turn off, I think all of your microphones are off, yes, Jackie. So you can also turn off your camera and make yourself comfortable. So I'm going to do the meditation, so make sure that you are relaxed and that nobody will bother you. And at the end, I'm just going to gently remove myself from the meeting and you can come back whenever you need to. Okay. So let's all just take a deep breath in. And allow yourself to be physically present. Acknowledge to yourself that you are in a physical body right now. And this physical body with its personality is a manifestation that your soul chose. Come and experience Earth at this stage. And everything that you are portrays what you believe of life right now. Your body is showing you what to say to yourself every day. Your health is showing you how you don't allow your emotions to be released. Your mind is portraying how busy you are, how you never relax, how you don't sit still. And before these three aren't acknowledged and purified, the spiritual cannot even be balanced. But when you start with the one, the other will follow, and gently, gently will guide you forward. And so, as you become aware of this physical body right now, become aware of yourself sitting or lying down on something. Become aware of your hands, your head. Then allow yourself to pull back into this body. Become aware of the being inside this physical vessel. Ask yourself, what am I doing here? You keep telling yourself you don't want to be here. You keep fighting against life. You keep believing that you just need to survive. One day after the other, a challenge. But when you look into your own eyes, you will see that there is a spark inside of you, an undying fire, trapped in this ignorance. And this presence is asking you to identify more as your eternal self, and not to get lost in the idea that you are this body and this personality. Think of an obstacle that you have in your life right now. Something that is challenging, something that you believe you need to overcome. And then pull back into your heart, into your inner temple, where there's quiet. And ask yourself whether this is really so important. Why do you expect yourself to find a solution when you know that the solution will come without your fighting? Because your soul knows, your soul trusts, and your body wants to. Your personality yearns to be in flow, to allow life. Imagine the spark within you, in your heart center. Imagine the spark being a beautiful diamond with many facets. Imagine it turns And as the light from within shines on every facet, it radiates beauty. And that beauty radiates out into the world. What could be more important than that? Your beauty is needed. You are overwhelmed by the need to save the world. But you are the world that is lost. When you turn within, when you allow this inner diamond to shine, nothing is lost. Let this diamond reflect all the rays of this beautiful light. And this light shines up into your mind, allowing the mind to become clear. Just feel how all thoughts drift away. All negativity becomes senseless and just flows away to be healed. Feel how the mind expands to be able to believe more. See the light being radiated into every part of your physical body, cleansing, letting go of everything you're holding on to. All the what ifs, all the guilt, all the bitterness, all that you feel were lost. And as the light shines into every corner of your being, you know none of that is real. All of those things came to teach you of your own beauty. And the light radiates from your heart center out into the world. And every other person that is ready to recognize it will start to shine on their own. As your light falls on them, they will realize, they will know that they harbor the same light, that it is all within. And that is where we are on earth. Your example will awaken others. Nothing more that you need to do. And so when you feel lost, just focus on this diamond, this pure soul within that cannot be touched or destroyed by anything on earth or beyond. And this diamond doesn't need to be anything else. It just needs to be seen. So don't be afraid to show your inner beauty, to allow it to radiate through your heart center, through your skin and your eyes, so that when others look into your eyes, they will see their eternal selves. We bring you this gift of awakening. So take time in this space with this feeling of expanding, of being purified, of cleansing, of celebration for how far you've come. Because this life isn't about struggle. It's about revival, celebration, and so it is.